And here we go. We are live. Welcome back to the stream, everyone. How's everyone doing today? I gotta find the position I wanted at. Okay, so it's been a while. I've gone ahead and started looking over the code. I went ahead and installed the new version of Unity, which is 2017.1.0 F3. This is the first time I've booted it up. And we now have the timeline editor. Not going to play with any of the new features right now. I just want to continue on with what we were working on, get some of that stuff out of the way, then we can come back. Separate video, maybe an actual tutorial on how to use the timeline editor. Ooh, is this new? I know we could always get to them out here, and that's how I've always gotten to them. Is this new too? Anyway. Experimental. Anyway, let's go ahead. We'll continue on. If we go ahead and jump into the code. Oh. Just let me let Discord know. I thought it went up there automatically. Code right here. So if we go ahead and look at the code that we've written so far, what do we got? We've got buff. I continue on with this. I kind of want to jump in to start creating mobs. I want to start instantiating mobs and different stats. But of course, to do that, we have to start working on stats, or even just going ahead and just creating the mob types. And then the next video, we can go ahead and set up our scriptable object databases and just start looking at how to pull certain ones out at random. Because that will lead into loot tables. So we could have one when it dies, we can, it would drop loot. And I still want to go with the method that we had in the first one where it drops like a chest or some sort of container. You open up said container and you get the loot inside. I still don't like games like the original Diablo where you kill it and just loot just flies everywhere. It just gets so hard to pick stuff up later. Well, it's nighttime. I wanted to go live sooner today, but I had to take my kid out to his ninja zone. Then we got back and I installed Unity and one thing led to another. Oh, 1 minute lonely. Yeah, I have it set up for 5 minutes. That gives me a chance when I first start up that I can go check all of the connections, make sure everything's going good instead of hitting it start and then you just like watch me check me. Am I okay on Twitch? Am I okay on YouTube? Well, what's that, Caleb? I don't know. I'm streaming, okay? Nope. Can you close the door? Thank you. Yeah, we'll get more later. Can you close the door? Thank you. All right. But yeah, so I'll go ahead and just make sure in that 5 minutes that everything's running fine. Looks like everything's, I guess, buffered properly. That with there. When I actually do start, we're all on the same page. Okay, so what do you guys want to work on? Do you want to just keep working on the item system or jump into maybe mobs a bit? Now, it's been, like I said, it's been a while since I've done this. I'm not sure if I've explained why I like to go ahead and set up my own setters and getters. It has to do with serialization. You can't serialize the properties, but you can serialize your fields. I'm not sure. I never played Lineage 2, so I don't know what the item system was like there. I'm on the East Coast as well. Okay. Also depends where you're, I guess, what system you're watching. Looks like everyone right now is on YouTube. So we got the icons set up. The icons are going to be used for a lot more than just the item system. The tooltip. I still want to get a description in here too. Tooltip when you hover over it. Description shows when you're not hovering over it. Let's add that here. And I'm just going to go ahead and copy that. And of course, remember, all this is available on the Git server. I have a fan going beside me. Let me know if you can hear that. It's a little warm here today. Now I can hear some water running. Not used to hearing that. Anyway. Something's equipable. Okay, so would you want to just continue on with the items or jump into mobs? A base class for mob. I'm going to want to have even more base class than this. Okay, no, I was just wondering. It's just a little, whoops. Of course, it's all tangled to my watch charger. Just a little tiny fan. Not sure if you can hear it. Yeah, anyway. But we'll finish off the attributes. Did we not do attributes? We got these. No, we don't have attributes here. So if we do jump into mobs, we'll need a base class because the character and the mobs are going to be pretty similar. Let's see, what do we got? We got mob name. Do we have mob types? Because I know I wanted different types of mobs. Well, again, a lot of this will be super easy to refactor. We can just go ahead and just keep it here. Mob types. And again, thumbnail we can replace with icon. Oh, right here, icon. So that's the first thing I'm going to make is mob types. And I don't think we've set up a namespace yet, have we? Let me raise the desk. Just a bit. Hopefully that doesn't throw me out of view. No, it looks fine. You can't hear the fan. For a second, I thought you said you couldn't hear me. Okay, so we got mob types. This is going to be a simply num. Now, I've already said I wanted my game to be a superhero game, even though I haven't had a chance to play that game in probably over a month. We're not going to inherit, but it will be an enum. I'll get rid of all these. And I just need some basic types. I don't know. Superhero game. What are you fighting against? Let's just make up different, group A. I don't really want to get, I guess, too specific now. I have absolutely no idea what kind of types of enemies. I just know I want different types. So for now, I'm just going to say group A. And let's just make 3 groups to start off with. Or 4. Get rid of that stupid insert. Great. Come back into mobs. Serialized field of mob type. Mob attributes. Let's look at that. Anyway, mob types. I'm just going to call it okay, we'll go above this. We're going to do thumbnail. Now, are there any cool mobs, superhero type mobs in the asset store? I'll let you guys go take a look before I start. Yeah, we need, well, as far as minions, bosses, super bosses, that's a different tier system. Not, sorry, different enum. We can create that in a second. Let me get this one here done. Just thinking, do I need anything else? I don't think so for mob type. I don't have my phone here. And I return. I can hear my ringtone going off, but I can't see it on my desk. It must be upstairs. Anyway, return does not equal anything. Return mob type. And then, of course, setting. And yeah, the rank, mob rank. What do we need for a name for that? Enum. It's not a mob type. We need a rank. The serialized attribute in .NET. In the serialized field. The main thing I'm using it for is it allows me to keep my variables private, but still show up in the inspector instead of making them public. Yeah, right underneath. And yes, it's in order to use that, you need the Unity engine in order to be able to use serialized field. Okay, so we need a mob rank. I don't want to call it mob rank. I want to call it something else. Mob tier. There's got to be something better than mob rank. I have not checked the delay to see how long the delay is. Should have done that. But anyway, I guess I'll use mob rank. Accidentally clicked off. I don't feel like renaming it. We'll just make a new one. Mob rank, mob. Yeah, I guess we'll just say rank. Rank's probably the best mob kill skill. No, it's not their skill. You know, where you have like a common mob, an elite mob, an uncommon mob, boss mob, those type of things. And it should have been plural. Let me go ahead and redo that. Oh, we can go ahead and save it here. I meant for it to be plural. I like all my nums to be plural. Rename. Well, let me rename. I think it's F2. There we go. Reopen it. Maybe. Okay. Again, any num. Let's get rid of. And let's give it a good 4 ranks to start off with. So I think the first one's common. We can have one even under that. Not a sidekick, an underling would be a cool name for it. The sidekick and underling are kind of good. Like you have your common villain. Then you could have its sidekick, underling. I'm not sure what I really want to call it. Again, it's pretty simple. Just come in and change this later. I like underling right now. But again, like I said, we can just come and change this. And of course, while you're doing this at home, you can pick whatever names you want. Of course, we want the standard boss and elite boss. We can even have like arch villain, legendary. There's a whole bunch we could put in here. Let's add one more since we got it already set up. Well, we'll do one more. Since this is superhero themed, arch. Is it 2 L's in villain? Well, you're not here for my spelling. If it's wrong, we can change that later. Does the num name need, it doesn't need an S, but I like to think of it as, whoops. This does, yes. I like to think of it as plural. These are the mob ranks. These are all the different ranks. And that way there, when I make my variable, I know my guy only has one rank. Unless I wanted to go ahead and turn this into a bit mask, in which case he could have multiple ranks. I did do a video on bit masks a few years back. If you want to go ahead and take a look at that, great. For this one, I don't need a bit mask. He's only going to be one of these. Let's go ahead, go back into, oh, we got the singular one here. We need to set that up. And the spelling is almost the exact same, so, whoa. There we go. That's good for my old eyes. And for those that are wondering, I have the Logitech, I forget what this is called, the G something. Thank you for the follow. I missed who it was, but I'm sure it'll pop up in just a second here. Tell you what, for every new follower, let's go ahead. Let's have Alexis tell us a joke. Alexis, tell me a joke.
Why did the bubblegum cross the road? Because it was stuck to the chicken's foot.
Welcome.
There we go. Here we go. Vigathis, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoyed your joke. Okay, so mob ranks, plural. Let me catch up on the chat here. I'm horrible at ignoring chat. Will you add instant bushes? Well, maybe not necessarily bushes, but like random chests or something on the ground. That's something we can look at. I'd have super low level stuff in them. When we get to do creating our loot tables, we could, you know, you'll be able to go through and add different tiers of loot you want, and you could make one for just random stuff that you find. I don't really want to have a whole lot of that, where it's just random chests spawning in the world, but it's something we might be able to look at. Okay, let me see. For mobs, just make level based from 1 to level 50. Yeah, I'm probably eventually going to work it out to each mob, well, species as you call it, genre. There's another name for it. Not genome, but anyway, for each one type, we'll go ahead and have a table that they go up by with a little bit of variance. And thank you for the follow. Here we go. Ready for your joke? I didn't see it. It takes me a second to see before it comes across here, so let's get the joke out of the way. Alexa, tell me a joke.
I took the shell off my racing snail to make him faster. But now he's more sluggish.
Dad jokes for days. I missed it when a pop rook something. Anyway, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, that's something I have thought about for this version around, is going ahead and making tables for the different types of mobs that you can spawn. And everything's already kind of like predefined. Like it hit, like their health could be, you know, like 1d8 plus maybe some sort of variance type thing. And according, based on their loot, they could have a level, or sorry, based on their level, they have a certain level difficulty for their loot table, and that's what they would spawn. But that's a little ways down. Let's actually get something spawning first. Hopefully making the text bigger makes it easier for you to read as well, if you care to type along at home. It is up on Git though, so. Even when I copy and paste, I still spell it wrong. So I'm only going to go for about an hour today. I'll delete everything. I do have to head back to school. Stupid insert. Gets me every time. I have to get to the 3D printers. I got a whole bunch of stuff I still got to 3D print before class on Monday. And I need more than just what I have here. I only have one 3D printer here. And mine is old and slow, so I got to get to the school. We've been having problems with the school printers. I don't have loot tables yet, but I'm going to make a comment for that. Let me catch up. Well, for just demo models and stuff like that, I just grab stuff off the asset store. Yeah, that's how I feel. I have so much stuff going on right now. A lot of times I don't even realize just how much it starts building up. So the last 2 days, I've had a bunch of middle schoolers learning how to solder. And I don't know if anyone's ever soldered before. You know, it's like, okay, everyone gather around, let's watch. You know, okay, I put this wire through here. You know, it's pointed up. Go ahead, you know, put your soldering iron on the wire, not the board, on the wire. You know, go ahead, put your solder. We have a little stick of solder. Go ahead, touch that to the solder as well. Then when you get the little bubble forming or the little liquid forming, just, you know, pull it away and pull straight up. Oh my God, I've never seen everyone gathered around me. Just, I guess they can't really see because no, it's a small process you're doing on. I've never seen so many burnt boards and just mess. So I ended up finding a good YouTube video that really zoomed in, showed it, and they got better, but it's still funny watching middle schoolers trying to solder. Guess how many burns we had that day? Well, between those 2 days. Well, I'm glad you like it. Oh yeah. I'm not going to school right now to learn stuff. I teach. I teach at a high school right now, so it's just a part-time thing, but it takes a lot of time. I never realized when I first started how much time it was going to take, but I enjoy it. All right, so we've gone ahead. We've got our mob types. And of course, if you want to turn this into an RPG, it's very simple. You know, you have goblins, hellhounds, whatever. I just can't think of anything right now. And attribute types, strength, okay, got those done. Keep these together. I think that's all I really need to start spawning, right? And this is actually going to be coming from a scriptable database. So we also need a prefab. And this is actually going to be a game object. So trying to think how else I want to do it. For now, I'll have it as a game object. And I'm just going to call it prefab. And I want to move to the top.
Peter,
Yes?
my shift got shifted to 5 to close.
Okay. No, I've had him tell me something. All right. Well, I'm glad you like them. In high school, I just teach tech classes. This coming August? No. Yeah, it's August we start. Yeah, actually, we start in about 2 weeks. Man, that comes up so quick. What do I have? I have Intro to Programming, or I think they call it Intro to Computer Science. It's an intro class. We do Python. We have the AP Computer Science, which is done in Java. And then there's like a tech how to repair stuff. And then we have like a Raspberry Pi electronics class. That's it for next year. My desk is so messy right now with stuff. Like Arduino projects I'm working on. I thought if I got a bigger desk, I'd have more room, but it turns out that if you have a bigger desk, you just store more crap on it. So all these stupid hard drives on it that I'm working on. Just tons of electronics. Can never keep this clean. Look at them all. AP Computer Science back then was Pascal. I never had AP Computer Science back when I was a kid. I don't think they watch me. They know I have a YouTube channel. Most of them. Well, this is only my second year teaching at the high school, so I don't think I know what students I have yet next year. I've got some numbers as far as how many students in each class. It's a private high school, so the numbers are actually very low. You get classes with like 4, maybe 6 students instead of like the public school system where you get like 35 or something like that. At our school, we only let in about 300 people a year, 300 to 310. So my class sizes are nice and small, which is great for me being new to teaching. It allows me to spend a lot of time individually with each person each day, so I can actually really kind of tailor. Well, there's a certain set curriculum that I have to make that they have to achieve. It allows me to be able to have it at different paces for different people. And when I find somebody that needs help, I can go ahead and try to give them that extra help. I like the smaller classes. Oh, how'd I get down there? Yeah. Had an apple, and apparently my apple core fell on my video cards. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't watch. But I don't know for sure. I've never really asked them. Okay, so let's get back into this. Got attribute types. Oh, prefab. Did I set that up? That's what I was thinking about was prefab. And we got that. Let's go ahead and save this off. Jump into Unity. And I want to make a separate folder just for the mob stuff. Start organizing this. There's mob attribute. I want to take a look at that. And all this is mob. That's what I was just working on. What's mob attribute? So I'm not sure what my thinking was back then. Is my player going to inherit from mob? Because usually I have a base class that my character, like my playable characters, my NPCs, and then my mobs also inherit from. I did not go back and watch the video. I just looked at some of the scripts. Let's go ahead and make a note on here. Do my players inherit? Spelled that wrong. No. From mobs, or do we need a base class? In the original Hack and Slash series, this was a modified attribute. I do not have any modifiers. That was for the skills as well. I'm not sure how I'm going to do the skills this time around. Last time I had them based off of, if anyone's ever played Asheron's Call, the original, where you have a skill that's, what's this? Namespace. Oh, I've already got one from mob ranks. There we go. Reload. Yeah, we already had one. So the last one was the skills, where you had a base skill which was affected by certain attributes and a certain percentage of each attributes. I still like that, but it seems like a lot of people really had trouble with that in the first series. So I want to go ahead and make something simpler this time around. Maybe one that just starts off flat, and then as you put points into it, then it increases. I don't know. I still like the idea of, swinging a sword. It relies on having a high strength and a high coordination, or whatever particular attributes I put in here this time around. quickness or dexterity. I like that idea, but like I said, a lot of people had trouble with it. So we'll try to keep it simpler this time around. For the AP, I think the national average was 60% of the people that passed the AP Computer Science. Now this is APA. We don't have an APB at our school yet. Okay, let's go find some models. I think everything's done here. Not worked on any editor stuff yet. And again, placeholder models, I really don't care. Actually, we could just go ahead and use this guy, right? Let's grab the pink. I don't know. Either way, I'm going to want a folder for him. I don't know if sounds wrong here. And do we have anything superhero-ish? I see marked as superhero. I was kind of hoping to get something with a cape, so we can start playing with that. All right, superhero theme's gone. We're making a lumberjack themed. You can fight against different trees. That's it. Whoa, 30,000 animated. What? Oh, it's a sample. Okay. So I do like this for character customization, where you can go ahead and you have the interchangeable pieces. I might actually grab this just to use for the character customization. It's free. It's got a few pieces on it. For demo, I think it'll be fine, and it's free, so everyone can get it. I think I'll do it. Now I know I still have a bunch of animations to set up. I've got all of the Mixamo animations in here. Let's check here. Prefabs, textures. Okay. Hang on, just one sec. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, excuse me. We get them all? Not yet. Did we? No, I guess we did. I sneezed so hard I forgot that I clicked accept apparently. Let's go move these to models. We got that. We got to clean some more stuff up. But anyway, I want to start cleaning some of this up. What do we got here? So they've already got some prefabs made. Let me check chat here. So I want to see, whoops. They actually have the pieces here. That's the controller. So we have the beard. We have hair. We have the axe, and we have the backpack. So that's good enough to start setting up mount points for some guys. Later on, we can download more weapons and go ahead and put them in. Let's just go and start with Lumberjack 1. there a bald lumberjack? I want just a basic lumberjack. So it looks like there's nothing that's just basic. So we'll go ahead, we'll start with him. Okay, let's open them up. And let's grab specific things. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this beard. But this is where the beard goes. So I'm going to go and make a new game, an empty, sorry. And I'm going to call this, whoops. I'm going to call this beard mount point. And later on, we might be able to go out and grab some other different, what do you call it? Models and be able to position those beards. Different beards, I should say. Different things to throw on their faces. Looks good enough. Anyway. So we know when we put the beard, we put it on the beard mount point. And that'll be okay. Now, of course, if we only ever had one beard on our character, we could just toggle it on and off as an option. I would like to make more. Maybe someone in the community that does 3D modeling will download this package and make, you know, different types of beards for us. But anyway, we've got the beard. So let me go make my prefabs. So the first thing I want to start off with is my lumberjack basic. Then this beard, I want it to be separate. And let's rename the lumberjack beard. And I'm going to call this Beard 001. And later on, we can create a folder to put those in as well. All right, so we got the beard mount point. And I guess now that I'm thinking about it, I should have went ahead and actually grabbed one that had everything. Let's hit play, take a look at them. Oops. Just want to turn the lighting off. I took the beard off. Oh. Let's delete it now. It's just floating around in space. The second axe is at his hip. Okay. We can work with that. Belt mount point. I don't think I've ever touched Game Maker. If I have, it's been years. Okay, let's do that backpack next. Okay. Okay, so we'll grab the player. New game object. Backpack. Mount point. And that way there, if we ever get another backpack that we want to put on or anything onto his back, we put it right here and it knows where to go. Great. We'll drag that out. We'll rename this lumberjack. My mouse so I can see. Backpack 001. I'm not gonna call it backpack. Let's call it lumberjack back 001 for now. Because you can put other things on his back. Maybe you want a really big, huge ass axe on his back or something. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and put that there. Let's get rid of that. Let's update the lumberjack. You get the idea, right? So now let's go ahead and do the belt one. Create an empty, which we are going to call. We might want to put one on the other side. So we're going to call this right. Well, let's do belt. Right. Mount point. That way there we can go ahead and I don't know, maybe put stuff into our game later on where they got like bags or something like that hang from each side, maybe a grenade or something. I don't know. As you can see, setting up the mount points is not that hard. We can go ahead and set another one directly here as well. Or I guess we'd want to move this a little bit over to this side. Might even just be as simple as mirroring it. But anyway, and then we have something on the other side to put it on. So while we're at that, let's go ahead and grab that axe one more time. Come on. And I like to drag it onto the mount point just to make sure it's the same spot. And of course, let's take yes, not no. Yep. And let's drag the belt or the item off. And I'm actually just going to call this axe. Let's put lumberjack in front of it for now so we know where it came from. So does anyone remember the character customization from the first one? Now, to be fair, that mount point should be the same. Oh, sorry, this axe should be the exact same. I think it was, right? I forgot to look at the original name. It looks the same to me. So what I want is, they already have it called weapon slot. I'm going to call it weapon. And that is his right hand, right? Mount point. And can I grab his left hand? Oh, we'll add new ones later. We've got 3 of them set up. Let's go ahead and reassign our bad guy. Or sorry, his prefab. And that's one thing we want to do is make sure we have an enemy tag. You can go ahead and do villain, whatever you want. I just need something to be able to tag as enemy. I'm going to go ahead and tag him as enemy. There's going to be a few other ones I want in here. We have player, which should be in there as default. I want an NPC one as well. There might be a few other ones I want to put in there. For now, that's it. I want to make sure I have those 3. And I want to be able to set these in code because I'm horrible at remembering doing it in the actual editor itself. So let's go ahead. I'm trying to remember if there's a way to grab access to this list. Like you can with layer mask. You can go ahead and grab a layer mask, say what layer it's supposed to be on. Is there a way to go ahead and grab that tag? I don't think so. If anyone knows, let me know. Just call it tag, I guess. And let me just do a quick search. Game object dot tag. Oh, no, let me get that. Is it off the transform? Didn't think so. Uh, Unity engine. So I should be able to get it. Oh, I'm not inheriting from mono behavior. Oh, I am. Why can I not get access to its game object? Yeah, I know it should be game object tag. Game object dot tag. Oops. Stupid insert gets me every time. Put my quotes back in. One more thing to look at. You have to instance it to access it? No, you can get it through code. Like, let me find another one here. I do it all the time in my awake method. Tell them use a different IDE that does different auto completions for me. So game object dot tag. Okay, I guess I have to do it in one of the Unity methods. Anyway. Welcome to GitHub for Visual Studio. Why not take a look at what? In mono behavior, I can hit Control and the apostrophe, and it brings up the Unity documentation. It's just something I'll have to take a look at later. I don't want to look at it right now. It's not that important. But I will want to make sure that when it's instantiated, it does get that tag. And I guess I can't do it here, I guess. Well, we'll do it in Awake. I don't like the mob tag. I want to switch that to something else. But like I said, for now, it's fine. Did I hit an insert again? How? Yeah, I'm not sure why I can't access it inside of... Well, okay, well, I was doing doing it inside of there. I need a real method to do it. I don't think I have. Well, I have one here. Oh, so I could have got it in there. I was just in the wrong. Can't do it outside of a method. Okay. So anyway, we've got a tag set. And let's set a default value. There we go. But anyway, does anyone know if there is a way to access the dropdown like we do with layer masks? And for those that aren't familiar, you can actually have this dropdown as a property. I know I could probably write some sort of editor that would do it for me, but I don't want to do that. I want to just be able to access this but as a property. What's that? In a bit. Let me see what time it is. It's 3:30. Okay. Ooh, I'm not sweaty. Okay, so we got the lumberjack set up. We got his mount point set up. And I want to go ahead and move these to the resources folder later. For now, we're fine with it here. And again, I'd like to have all the equipment available to everyone, but that would take everyone as in all the different prefabs, but that would take a lot of tweaking, considering we're just going to grab different models from here and there. Okay, so we got the lumberjack done. And what animations does he come with? Well, not much. Idle, walking, and lumbering. Let's go ahead and take a look at these. We're going to be changing those. I want to see what his chop animation was like. We'll look at them later. So now we have to go ahead and start setting up our databases. I want to save the actual making of the databases for the next stream. So it's something new when they want to learn how just to make the databases. They can come in and just grab those. I am going to go ahead and make a new folder for it though. If you have any questions to ask, go ahead and ask them now. How long we've been streaming? My wife has to get going, so I have to take care of the kid in just a minute. Well, it's not too bad. 57 minutes. I told her to give me an hour. Which was pretty close. And of course I did it again. So if you have any questions, go ahead and ask now before I have to get going. This is where we're going to save all of our scriptable objects. If you've taken a look at the item inventory system, it's going to be quite similar. And there's going to be a few in here. I don't think I need any folders for them. I'm going to need ones for loot tables, items, mobs or mob types. I'm just thinking mob types. I could also go ahead and create as a scriptable object that we can go ahead and put in there. That actually might be a better idea. So instead of just having a generic enumerator to pick my mob type, I could have a database of mob types. And it works great with scriptable objects because those scriptable objects are just templates. So it goes in and says, okay, I need a mob type of such and such. Then again, it can also just, I need a goblin. It goes out and it grabs one of 3 different types of goblins, brings it back. Well, it's something we can work on tomorrow. No, I wasn't actually looking to get his layer mask. I was wondering if you could go and grab his tag as a parameter inside of the game object and have a drop down of all the different tags. Like we do with layer masks. Like when you're setting up a layer mask for something. And just have the drop down. For instance, I have a game object here. Let's just go ahead. We'll create an empty. We'll throw a mob on it. If we went ahead and put a layer mask on it. Layer mask, mobs. I put that right under prefabs. We'll go ahead, we'll let it recompile. So as you can see, I can grab the layer here based on all the different layers that I currently have set up. If I add a new layer, it shows up here as well. I want to know if there's a way to grab the tag like that. So I could just have, instead of having the mob tag be a default value, be able to go in and select it. I don't think there is. I've never done it. I don't recall ever doing that. But if anyone from Unity is watching, that would be awesome to be able to add. Although I understand one is a list of strings and the other is a bit mask, but it would still be great. Tomorrow, I'm not sure. If I do stream tomorrow, it'll probably be from the school because, like I said, I've got a ton of 3D printing to do, and I'm probably going to be at the school most of the day because I've got to, be there to keep resetting all the prints to the new devices or to the new pieces. Basically, we're making like Game Boys, and I got a 3D printer. It's either that or I go out into the shed and get my woodworking tools and start carving all the pieces we need, and that will take even longer. And I don't want to give these kids knives. I just want to go ahead, 3D print them out, and be done with it. Knocked over my pile of Arduinos. Arduinos. Any other question? Right now it's, I guess you can't see it down here. It's 3:30 here. My wife has to be somewhere at 4. So I've got to go upstairs, get the kid. I'm going to be shooting off to the school, so I got to bring the kid with me. I think my keys are upstairs. Oh my God, this desk is so messy. Arduinos, anyone? We got processor covers down here. I'll be glad when this week's over. I can just clean my desk off again. So tired of it being like this. But anyway, to access it from the inspector. Yes, that's what I was looking for, was to be able to access that list of tags from the inspector. But anyway, that's probably going to be it for me. Doesn't seem to be any other questions going on right now. Like I said, tomorrow if I stream, I'll probably be streaming from the school, but it's not going to be anything exciting as I'll be on my laptop. So if I do stream from the school, it'll probably be something along the lines of getting all my animations set up on beta. Because I think I have like the basic walk done. I think that's all I have, right? And even then, well, I think I was doing the casting walk. And I've got hundreds of animations to go through. Yeah. We have forward, we have backwards. We don't have any turning. Oh, here we go. Idle, forward, walk. And those aren't set up properly either. I'm sinking through the floor, so I've even got to fix them. I thought I did have them fixed. It might be something that when I upgraded to 2017, the released version, it might have screwed up. But it'll be something pretty boring like that. Because like I said, I've got a ton. So it's one of those things that if someone misses that video or doesn't want to watch the video, that's perfectly fine. How many videos do I have? Or, yeah, animations. These are the ones I've imported. I know I've got more. Oh, these are the ones I grabbed from there. I think I have them in the root folder. I went, like I said, I went out and grabbed all the animations that I thought would pertain to this. There's a few hundred, and it's going to take a while to get them all set up. But anyway, it does not look like we have any more questions, so I'm going to go ahead and end this one here. I want to thank everyone for showing up. I'll try to do one tomorrow. No guarantee. Again, it depends on how much work I'm doing at school. And actually, no, I should be doing some soldering tomorrow at school. I got to clean a lot of those kids' solder up. So let's go ahead and maybe make it Monday at the earliest that I could probably stream. And it would be after school hours. So it would be afternoon my time. So right now it's 3:30. So go back up 3.5 hours from now. But like 2 days from now. That'd be as soon as I can do it. But anyway, thanks for showing up, everyone. I'll see you in the next stream. Bye-bye. Oh, wait, before we go, Alexa, you got another joke for us? So much crap on my desk, I can't even find that. Alexa, tell me a joke.
My first time on an elevator was quite uplifting. But the second time was a letdown.
All right. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.